Hey Alpha Females, this is Katie Freeman, and I'm so glad you're tuning in. This week's topic is gonna be all about the phrase, you are always wearing your letters. So let's get right into it. So what exactly does you are always wearing your letters mean? In case some listeners out there are unaware of what letters are, I am referring to the either items of clothing or any other kind of merch that displays the name of their sorority on it. It will typically have 2 to 3 letters, or it will say the full name of the sorority outright. So essentially, the letters refer to anything you wear that has the name of your sorority on it. Now, one of the major themes about joining an organization is the fact that when you become a member, you become representation of said organization. And that in itself is a big responsibility. So sorority women will be seen on campus going about their days, whatever it may be. You are essentially, if you are wearing letters, you are essentially a walking advertisement for that group. And as such, it needs to be on your best behavior, because that is when you are most highly visible on campus as a representation of that group. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody needs to act like robots, not at all. Definitely live authentically. You went into this sorority for a reason. Sorority recruitment is truly a mutual selection process. So they loved you, you loved them. Why not represent the group you love in the best light possible? Moving on to the second aspect of the always wearing your letters, at a certain point, people on campus become aware that you are part of that sorority. So even though you are not actively wearing letters that day, perhaps, they still know that you are a part of that group. So as such, you still need to be acting as your best self. Now, this is a very large responsibility, and I think sometimes people forget that they are actively representing a group, especially a group that is so defining of the college experience and requires so much from members and is so integrated. It's essentially, it becomes part of your life. It becomes part of your world for at least 4 years. Now, I say at least 4, but ideally members continue to stay active after graduation, but that's another episode for another time. So I hope today's episode was helpful in getting better clarity as to the meaning of you are always wearing your letters. And if you have any questions about sorority life, please feel free to send an email to alphafemalepod@gmail.com. I'd love to do a Q&A at some point in the future, so send those questions in. And as always, have a great weekend, Alpha Females. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.